I have to put my phone in a mug because it doesn't stand up, and I have it plugged into my charger right now. Anyway, so as is read on the title, we're doing tarot readings from this deck, which is my favorite deck. And yeah. Where's my, hold on. Okay, I had to grab my tarot books. Let's see, is this my tarot? Is this the minor arcana or major arcana? I think it is. Yeah, it is. Oh, missed the card. Okay. Let's do a 10-card reading. Ooh, no, let's do... Ooh. Spiral spread. That's cool. A world tree spread. Interesting. 30 frames per second? That's horrible. I'm sorry, guys. My frames per second is horrible. Okay. Oh, let's do... Let's do... Okay. No, let's just do, well... Okay, let's do this star spread. Yeah, it's called the 5-pointed star. Oh, wait, I shouldn't have the tarot cards turned towards me. That's not how reading tarot cards works. So yeah, I just shuffle them until I feel like not shuffling anymore. New view. Oh. Did the string go down? I don't know. But... Okay. Alright. So we put one card here, one here, one here, here, one here. Alright, so we're doing a reading for my partner. It's a present situation. Wait, no, it's not. Okay, present situation is the world reversed. So, many choices are presented, but you don't know where to go. Things might get stuck, but you must wait for them to right themselves. Card number 2 is what's hidden or what's obstructing underneath you, and it is the moon reversed. So the moon reversed. You may feel disappointed. It's a good idea to tie up loose ends, especially with your mother or other women. Our third card is like your structures, your strengths, things like that. We've got Justice. Justice is like, balance, things like that. Yeah, decision, balance. Look to your inner self for guidance. Don't rely solely on human advisors. Weigh all factors before making a decision. So yeah, like their strength is like, they have good balance and things like that. Our fourth card, fears, weaknesses, or adversaries, and we have strength. Okay. That doesn't make much sense. Let's see. So maybe the fear, or like, maybe it represents a lack of strength, or like something like that. And our fifth card is how best to handle the situation and a person who can help you. And we've got the Chariot reversed. Oh, cool. I have 2 viewers. Hi. I'm sorry the frame rate is so bad. It's only 30 frames per second. Okay, so where is the Chariot? Come on. There it is. Changes are happening and you feel out of control. You also might feel like you're being pulled in multiple directions. So maybe someone who can help ground you, or maybe someone who can help ground that person. And, here, hold up. Okay. How do I show the chat? There it is. Oh, cool. I have 3 viewers. Weird. It won't let me show the chat. Alright. Well, that's that reading. Next reading. Why won't it let me show the chat? There we go. Hi. Swag. Okay. Someone got scared and left. I know, right? Alright, so if anyone in chat wants like a specific reading done for them or like something like that, just let me know and I'll do it. Because like, I don't know, I just read my tarot cards for people. New angle check, I know. I actually have my phone in a mug right now, because it's plugged in and I'm sitting at a desk. So I have it like plugged into both my headphones and my charger. So that's why it's angled like this. But yeah, I mean, it looks okay though. I mean, I have like a light right here that makes it look like shit. And that could be fancy, but, it doesn't work, so. But yeah. So one of the fun things about my tarot cards is, like, this is like a good beginner deck. And, it's the first deck that I got. Let's see if I can move my phone up a bit. Hold on. No. Okay. Oh well. I'll just have to like sit up to read chat. So yeah, one like it's like really fun because it's like, you know, it's called the Modern Witch deck. And I don't know much about tarot cards, but this seems really neat. Yeah, it's really cool. You know, it's only for like, you know, like if you believe in spirits and stuff, even if you don't, it's still really cool because a lot of it like is also psychology based because it's, you know, like you're picking the cards usually, like when you do an in-person reading, you know, you're the one that picks the cards and it's kind of your intuition, you know, choosing for you in a way. You know, so it's psychology based. It's also like it can be a spiritual thing. It can be interpreted in all kinds of ways, and it's just very cool. And all the cards have meanings. And in the major arcana, so there's the major and then there's the minor arcana. The major arcana is like the main cards, you know, that you hear about, like the Star, the Lovers, you know, things like that. The minor arcana is kind of like playing cards because it comes in suits. So it comes in pentacles, swords, so pentacles, swords, cups, and wands. And you know, so the major arcana is more like general readings. So you know, like things that are more like general and not really super specific. The minor arcana is like very specific, and that's why there's a lot more cards in the minor arcana. It's kind of like the major, or not the major or minor intestine, the big and little intestine, because the little intestine is longer than the big intestine. So like the minor arcana has more cards than the major arcana. I usually just read the major arcana. I'm not super great with the minor arcana. And even with the major arcana, I have to have this book that I have where I have all the meanings written down. It actually came with my tarot card set. So I got this book and I got my tarot cards and then I got another book and it all came in a set. So one of the books is like, you know, you write down your meanings for them, you write down your readings, stuff like that. And then the other book is like, it teaches you how to read tarot cards. And like teaches you different things. Like it'll teach you the history, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I absolutely adore my tarot cards and I absolutely adore reading them. Because it's like, that was the first witchy thing that I ever did, was read tarot cards. Because my mom has a set, and I asked her one night, you know, because I wanted to become pagan, and I wanted to be a witch. So I asked her, I was like, Mom, can you teach me how to read tarot cards? Because she knows how to read tarot cards. And so she was like, okay, yeah, sure. And so she taught me how to read them. And I was so excited. I like took a picture of my first reading. We were just reading them on our bed. Yeah. Well, like magic with so with paganism and magic, basically how it works is it's like kind of just telling the universe and like, you know, the energies out there to kind of help you along your journey, but you still have to do a lot of the work. Like it's not like just like some fix all like you see in books and stuff. Like it's not just a fix all. You still have to do stuff. It just basically tells the universe to help you along your journey. Which I actually really like because, you know, it's not like just like, you know, one and done. Like it gives you something that you have to do. Yeah, paganism has so much stuff in it that's so cool. Though you do have to be careful with it just because there are things that are called closed practice, which are basically things from cultures that are like minorized, or like things that have been stolen from other cultures that you're not supposed to do because it will make the energies angry. And those are called closed practices. So things like white sage, you might have heard, like, you know, with white sage, partially because it's also endangered, but it is also a Native American practice. And so it's not supposed to be used by just like, you know, a normal like white witch, like a witch who's white or something. You can get into a closed practice if someone from that practice specifically invites you in, but that's the only way that you are allowed to do closed practice. And it's just considered very disrespectful to do things that are closed practice. So, like, for me, that means that I do research into things before I actually do them. You know, like, I just do a lot of research basically to make sure that I'm not, like, doing something that's close to practice. Um, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's actually raining outside right now, which is kind of cool. Well, I don't know if it's raining anymore, but like outside is wet, and it was raining earlier when I was streaming on a singing app that I have. It's called Star Maker, and like the other day, some guy was creeping on me and being like, "Can I see your boobs?" And it was like, "Fuck off!" Like it was so nasty. Because that was the first thing that he said to me, too. He's like, "Hi, can I see your boobs?" And I'm like, "I'm 17. I am a child, dude." And it's also just nasty to ask someone, like, right off the bat. Like, my god. Yeah. Oh my god, rain ASMR would actually be kind of cool. I do like the sound of rain. I always have. Though I think my dogs probably don't, because that means that there's like thunder and lightning, and that scares the shit out of them. That is so true. Weirdos do be weirdos. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna think of a question to ask my tarot cards. Let's see. I don't know, like, um, satanic ritual reveal. I actually do have a necklace that has a symbol that's considered like satanic by some. It is a pagan symbol. It's called a pentacle. So it's like, well, actually, it's on the card. So right here, that symbol is like some people will be like, it's satanic, especially if it's like upside down. Then people consider it satanic. But I do have a necklace with that. Let me grab it. Hold on. Okay, so this necklace was actually my brother's before he died. He used to wear it like all the time, and his dad gave it to me. Um, but yeah, this is the necklace. It's one of my favorite necklaces. Partially just because it was his, and he used to wear it all the time. So it's like it feels like I have a piece of him. It's giving you a nasty look. So boob light is what it is. It's what I call ceiling lights. They kind of look like tits. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it really is. It actually didn't have a clasp on it when I first got it. Like it had like these two loops and you would have to like intertwine them. But it kept falling off. So I kind of like tightened those and then I put a clasp on it. So it's like one of those twisty clasps. So you twist it apart and then you twist it back together to put it on. Yeah, it's a really cool necklace. I really like it. Yeah, pentacles, they aren't really like a satanic symbol. Like it's kind of, or like they're not like a bad thing. Um, they're kind of more like, just like a holy symbol. Yeah, there's a lot of holy symbols in paganism, or like significant symbols like keys and stuff. Keys can be significant for spells. Um, like we do actually have wands. Those are things that you put on your altar. Because your altar is like where you put things that are important and stuff like that. I know, right? It's unexpected that you have that we would have wands. Though I guess I don't know. At the same time, it wouldn't be. But like people are like, oh, witches aren't exactly at all like, they're portrayed in books, and it's like they kind of are. They kind of aren't. Depends on what it is. Like your perception of witches is. But yeah, like witches can do a lot of stuff. Like you can curse people, though, like some people believe in the rule of 3, where basically if you send out bad energy, then that bad energy will come back threefold, so even worse than it was when you sent it out. I know, right? I'm not like super well versed in witch stuff. Most of the stuff that I know is from my mom, from TikTok, from the internet, just research that I've done. Yeah, like witches have a lot of like, you know, different things that they'll put on their altars. Like crystals can be significant. You know, like for some witches it is significant to have crystals. For others it isn't. Herbs are a really big thing in spells. Because, you know, kind of like in ancient cultures, herbs do have different like uses, like the like sage, like just normal garden sage is a big protection one. Like if you want protection, then you burn sage. Yeah, I feel like I'm like I try to have a good education with witchy stuff. Just because I don't want to do anything, you know, that might like hurt someone. That's the last thing I want to do. I actually do have some shiny rocks. Let me grab them. Okay, so I do have crystals. A lot of these were my brother's. Like I said before, his dad gave them to me, just like the necklace. Okay, so this one is actually mine. So this is rose quartz. It's like, you know, considered like the love stone. It's a funny story how I got this. So I was in 8th grade and I was at like a, you know, a carnival thing that my town has every year. And me and my grandma were like looking around the booths, and there was a crystal booth, and I really wanted a piece of rose quartz because I was really into Steven Universe at the time. Like this was before I was a witch. And I really wanted a chunk of rose quartz, and she said, "No, we're not buying that," even though it was like super cheap. And so she's like, we're going to look at other stuff. You're not getting rose quartz. And then the guy that was running the booth was like, he was like, no, you can have it for free. And he like, or like he basically like threw it to me and, you know, was like, take it as a gift. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. So yeah, that was a fun time. I actually don't know what this one is. It was my brother's. My mom's probably gonna have to help me identify a lot of these. I don't know what this one is either. I think it might be like turquoise or like topaz or something. And I know what this is. This is amethyst. And this is my brother's. Here, let me turn on the lights so you can actually see it better. I know this makes it look really shitty, but that is my amethyst. It's a pretty good chunk of amethyst. This is sunstone. This is one that me and my mom got from a metaphysical shop. I don't know what this is. This is like a red one. I don't know what it is or what it's used for. I don't know what this is either. Like I said, I don't know what a lot of these are. Like, I don't know what this is. I know this is tiger's eye. He had a lot of tiger's eye. Like, there's more tiger's eye. Oh, dropped it. And, let's see. It's not tiger's eye. Where's more of the tiger's eye? Hold on. There's more tiger's eye. And, come on, I know there's one more. There it is. So, yeah, there's like 4 or 5 tiger's eye. I don't know what this one is. It's like a bluish, and it's like kind of see-through. I think this might be like either clear quartz or amethyst, or maybe even smoky quartz. I'm pretty sure it's a quartz though. I think this is just a cool rock he got off like the side of the road or something. Yeah, I really do like the tiger's eye. This one looks really cool. It like changes color. like in the light, it like changes. Let's see. And then we've got a geode that he had. I think this is a worry stone. And this is more rose quartz. My grandma actually got me this pretty recently. Yeah, that one I know what that is, but I think this is granite actually. And this is hematite. Hematite is actually, so I don't know if you've ever heard of like worry rings, but that's what a lot of them are made out of, like the ones that are like break with anxiety. They're made out of hematite, and the reason why they actually break is because they're very sensitive to water, so they actually like decay in water. So you know, when you get nervous, you sweat a lot. Typically, people sweat. Yeah, sure. Let me get my tarot cards. Let me put my rocks away just so I can do this. Just because I'm going to do like a full-on reading. Yeah, I actually have a hematite ring. It isn't broken or anything. I keep it on a necklace so it doesn't break. But you can actually do a lux, or like a wish spell with those. Where you just whisper your wish into it, and when it breaks, then the spell comes true. Anyways, okay. So, sorry, I'm just focusing on the question to kind of invest the energy into it. Alright, so we've got our first card, which represents the past. Our second card, which represents current times. Our third card, which represents the future. And our fourth card, which represents advice. Oh. Okay. So, in the past, so we've got the moon for our past card. So in the past, you've learned to be aware of your feelings and inner life, maybe a significance in psychic, yeah. And specifically for love readings, it says it symbolizes a relationship with high emotions or maybe even a nurturing partner. Currently, so for the current card, that's the Lovers, which represents like connection, like cooperation. So maybe like you both care about each other, is what it represents for like a love reading specifically, like you both really care about each other a lot. And for the future, we have the Magician. Let's see. Indicates being on a spiritual path together, maybe encouraging and inspiring each other. It can also mean, like getting in touch with the unseen world instead of just focusing on the material world. Things like that. The advice card, which is our fourth card, is the Hermit reversed, which is you're rejecting wisdom being offered to you. It's time for self-reflection. And maybe you just don't want to be alone or sad. So maybe like, be honest with yourself. And things like that. Yeah. And that is my reading. I don't know if that helped at all or not. Yeah, like, aside from the tarot cards, my best recommendation, like, advice-wise for that is to just be honest and tell them, like, look, like, sexual stuff, it might be a bit much for me. And just, just be honest, is my best advice. Yeah. It's the first time I've done a tarot reading for someone randomly. So that's actually pretty cool. And we went down to 1 viewer. That's okay. Yeah. Well, on my card, certified sex moment. Yeah. I don't know. I hope the reading helped that person. I'm not like, like, I hope it helped. Even though I'm not like super, super great at reading the cards. Yeah, I remember when I first learned how to read tarot cards, I was so fucking excited. Like, my mom, she she was like, all right, well, I'll just tell you. Oh, thank you. I actually did it earlier today when I was streaming on a music app that I'm on. And it was really fun to do. But yeah, I tried to get it to kind of match my shirt. Yeah, I remember when my mom taught me to read tarot cards, she was like, all right, I'll like show you each card and you kind of tell me what you think it means. Based on the picture, based on the name of the card. Because the name of the card as well as the picture, it all means something. It all represents a different part of the Fool's story. Because the major arcana tells the story of the Fool on his journey. CJ! I swear to God, why are you like this on my stream? I love you, but don't do that on my stream. Also, you realize that would just be me doing a reading for myself, right? Oh, awesome. I'm so glad that it helped. Yeah, that's like my one hope is that my readings can help people, whether they're accurate or not. Like, even if my reading isn't accurate, like, I still like to give like what my personal advice would be. And yeah. Anyway. Alright, I guess I'll do a reading on myself. Here, let's ask the tarot cards, because you can get a yes or no answer out of the tarot cards. And don't rely solely on tarot cards, though. That is my one thing, is, like, whether, like, it can give you some guidance to the right answer, but, like, you do still have to, find the answer within yourself, too. Anyway, alright, let's ask them. I'll shuffle them until I feel like they have been shuffled enough. Okay. And just pull a card out. We have the World card. And that is a card that means yes. Do I spin the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah, the World card means yes. Oh, okay. So yeah, so the tarot card said yes. Yeah, if you think that it'll be a good idea to move in, then I say trust yourself too. Um, but yeah, that's the tarot card's answer. By the way, this is my favorite card. It's the best card for, I don't know, I've always liked this. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, anything that I can do to help, like that's my one thing is that I want my tarot readings to help people. Um, you know, like help them come to whatever answer they need. Um, because one nice thing about tarot cards is like they get you to think and really, like think about what you want and, think about what they could mean to you. Yeah, I think the first time I ever had my tarot cards read, I was like 9 or 10, and it was at a metaphysical shop. What should I name the spider on my wall? Well, let's just pull one, and then you'll name it after the card. It shall be named Justice. Yeah, I absolutely love my tarot cards. I think I might have read my brother's tarot cards once or twice before he died. Um, and I remember, I think it was the Judgment card fell out once, like when we were just sitting on the patio. Um, I think it was the first time I ever came over to my mom's boyfriend's house because that's his dad. Um, and we were just sitting out on the back patio, and I was just shuffling my cards, and he was like, talking about issues with his ex. They'd already broken up at the time. And that card fell out, and only professional cards you should see. I know, right? But yeah, he was talking about his issues, and then that card fell out, and that card kind of means like judge your relationships, um, like figure out what you want to keep, what you want to get rid of. And at the time, I wasn't like as well versed as I am now. I mean, I'm still not super well versed. Like I still have to go back to my book usually, to get like more exact answers. But part of me wishes that I had told him that, to evaluate, like, if he wanted to keep that part of him that really still loved him or get rid of that part of him. Part of me wonders if he'd still be alive. He probably wouldn't still be alive because I don't know, from what we've seen, it seemed like he'd already made up his mind a while ago, like 6 months ago, that if he wasn't feeling better, he didn't want to be around anymore. But yeah, I miss him a lot sometimes. Part of why I do so much witchy stuff now is because he was into really witchy stuff. Like, he's where I got a lot of my crystals from. Or like, after he died, that's where I got my crystals from. And that's where I got that necklace from. Yeah. Can you battle the tarot cards like Pokemon cards? Probably not. I know there's another kind of card too that people can read that's like called oracle cards. I've never read oracle cards, but I know that they are a thing and that my mom does have some. I've never read them though. Oh yeah, there's also an incense cone on my desk. Hold on, let me fucking come here. There we go. Yeah, little incense cone. You burn these and they smell good. And they have spiritual usage. Yeah, those were his. You can actually make your own, but they look like little sharks when you make them. Like, I know because I made some on my own. I also made incense sticks. The incense sticks literally looked like pieces of shit on sticks. Oh my god. I think battling. Just like, I choose the moon. I don't even know how that would work. Would it be like if the card was more positive than negative, maybe? I don't know. At the same time, there's no such thing as like a negative card. I mean, like, or like a bad reading. How to do fortune telling with a gun? You play Russian roulette. My god, that was really dark. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was so dark. uh, in this deck specifically, actually, I do really like this card. Like, she looks so happy. Like, this is the first card in the tarot deck, so this is the first card of the major arcana, because the major arcana tells a story, right? So it tells the story of this person, the Fool, going through a journey, which is known as the Fool's Journey. Here, let me find my book, and I don't know, it's like, you know, the Fool, like, learning, and it goes through the other 20 cards, and it tells the story, and then it ends with the Fool, like, coming to the end of their journey, which is the World card, and, like, you know, the Fool being more worldly and stuff like that. Also, look at how cool this book is. This is what comes with this specific tarot card set. Usually it's just like a little paper booklet, because all tarot cards come with like a little booklet that tells you what the cards mean. And with this one, it came with an actual like bound book. And it's really cool. Yeah, I really like this book. Irish Fool's Journey into Virginhood. Pretty much. Yeah, there are actually a lot of different ways that you can read tarot cards too, though. So the way that I usually do it is I pick 4 cards. It used to be that I'd pick 3, but you pick 1 for the past, 1 for the present, 1 for the future, and 1 for advice. There are also different readings. So one of the most popular ones, if not the most popular, is called the Celtic Cross. And it is this one right here. You pick out 10 cards, so you put 1 and then you put 2 crossed over it. And then kind of like, you know, like a star figure, so 1, you know, the 3, 4, 5, and 6. In a kind of like star, almost like, you know, like the 4-pointed star shape. And then 7, 8, 9, and 10 are on the side. So basically the first card like describes like your immediate concerns, you know, like what's going on. The second one is like what obstacles are blocking your way. The third like describes what's known to you objectively. The fourth is, you know, your foundation, or like past concerns, influences, you know, or what's unknown about the situation even. Fifth card is what describes past influences, you know, that are now like gone, that aren't there anymore. The sixth is, you know, like the future, things that are happening in the future. Seventh is your current state of mind. The eighth is like people or circumstances surrounding the situation. Your ninth card is like what you hope or what you fear, or even both. And the 10th card, which is the last one, is the outcome and what is likely to happen. But yeah, I think it's really cool. I don't really do the Celtic Cross one often just because I'm not super well versed in it. I mean, I've done it like, I think a few times. I'm trying to get better at it. But yeah. Yeah, I love my tarot cards though. Like, especially this deck. I have a normal deck, which, so basically, like, the most basic tarot deck that's like, you know, basically the original is the Rider-Waite deck. And I have one of those, and I keep it in my purse just because it's super tiny and it's portable. This one is definitely bigger than my Rider-Waite deck. Like, I keep it in my travel bag when I'm traveling. Because it's my main deck that I use on myself usually. And, so yeah. But this one is like, you know, like illustrated based on the Rider-Waite deck. It's a really good beginner deck because the pictures are pretty clear, like what they mean. Because all the pictures on the cards are supposed to like kind of correspond to the meanings. And they're supposed to be kind of easy to like tell, you know, what it means. Like based on the name and the picture. So like with the Empress card or the Moon card, you know, like you would think of maybe feminine energy or like a, you know, like girl power. Things like that. And, you know, it's really cool. I really like it. It's one of my favorite things about being a witch is reading tarot cards. But for a while, I didn't really read my tarot cards often. Girl boss, I know. It's like, that's basically kind of what it is. You know, and it can also just represent, like, it can also represent, like, a woman in your life. If it's supposed to represent a person, because in spell work, which is like actual spells, you can use tarot cards to kind of represent the person that the spell is either being cast on, a person whose energy is involved, you know, and it can represent those things. And so, you know, it could represent like a woman in your life, or someone who, like, you know, is a woman that has power over you, just things like that. And it's like really cool because a lot of it's just up to interpretation. Yeah. Also, I love this card. Here, let's cover the nudity though, just so I don't get banned. But like, it's got a pentacle on it. On the devil. The devil card is like, represents like fear, compulsion, stuff like that. Or does it? Hold on, I think it does. Just gotta make sure, because I'm getting better at like, oh no, it's indulgence and obsession. I was close. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, I absolutely adore my cards. I adore my journal. I adore my witch books, basically. Like, and, you know, like, I know that some people will be like, oh, is that your aesthetic? Like, it's not really, because it isn't, like, all I do. Like, I do other stuff. In fact, I don't really do witchy stuff that often, really. You know, like, other than, like, reading tarot cards, but for the most part, like, I'm pretty normal. Other than when I make incense, that is. Then it looks like I put my own shit on a stick, but I haven't. Though I did make incense sticks, I think a few days ago, almost a week ago at this point, out of, I think, cinnamon, nutmeg, mint, and sage, like a little bit of sage. And it smelled horrible when I burned it, but it smelled really good before I burned it. Like I used a shit ton of cinnamon, and it smelled so good. even if it did look like shit on a stick, it seriously, like, smelled so good. Yeah, and all those herbs that I used were, like, protection herbs, because I wanted to make, like, a protection incense. Because that's supposed to be, like, one of the most important things you can learn as a witch is, like, protection spells. And that's, like, what you're first supposed to learn is, like, protection magic. Because you're supposed to protect yourself before you do any magic. Like, you know, that's where, like, things like salt circles come from. You know, like the witch's broom, which is, like, they do have brooms, they just use it to sweep away bad energy, they don't ride their brooms. And like, you know, smoke cleansing, with, I use incense because smudging is close practice. I know a lot of people don't actually know that, but it is a native practice, so it is closed, and, you know, and I've done plenty of research on that, and it is closed. My mom insists that it isn't, but it is. Oh. Yeah. It's just kind of nice to actually have, like, at least even, like, just one viewer on my stream. Because usually I'll stream and I'll get 0 viewers, so it's kind of nice to have, like, even just one viewer. Even though this is just me, like, doing whatever and just kind of reading tarot cards. Yeah. But, in other news, though, today I'm gonna get to help someone do their makeup for a wedding. Well, it's more gonna be my mom helping, and I'm just gonna do probably, like, wings. But I'm excited. Because even though I'm not, like, super great at doing makeup on other people, it's still really fun. Yeah, it's pretty fun to do. Kind of like reading tarot cards. Alright, I'm gonna do a reading on myself, because why not? Ah! Okay, let's try this 7 card spread that I've never done before. So, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. So the first card is the past. So in the past, it's judgment. So maybe in the past I've had to, like, evaluate who's in my life. You know, can also, like, be, you know, assessment, awakening, choices. So, you know, judging my actions and choices. Yeah, the second card I got, which is the present, is the Magician. It's a good card. So it is, like, you know, hidden power, inner guidance. So I can be, you know, it can mean, like, I'm getting in touch with the unseen world. And stuff like that. For the third card, I got the Fool, which could mean like I, in the future, am going to go on a journey maybe, or have hope, but I think it's going to mean that like I'm going to go on a new journey. For my fourth card, influences that are hidden that you are inviting or instructing you. So I got the Hanged One, which is like self-sacrifice, stuff like, or like sacrifice, feeling stuck, surrender, sacrifice, things like that. And then I also got the Tower reversed. So I'm refusing to change old habits, and I will continue to suffer difficulties until I get the message, which I feel like is true. I do have a lot of old habits I do need to change, actions that you can take, or people who can help you. So I got the Hermit reversed and the Chariot reversed. So maybe I should not reject wisdom that has been offered, because, reversed, it means like I'm rejecting wisdom. Or maybe that I should self-reflect, because that's another thing that it can mean. And then I got the Chariot reversed. So maybe that says that I'm also feel like I'm being pulled in multiple directions. So maybe that can be, maybe I don't know, let change happen, something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I've never done that spread before. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called a spread. When you do the actual way that you do the reading, because there are different ways of doing the reading, and so the ways of doing the readings are called spreads. So there's the Celtic cross spread, there's what's it called? I don't know what it's called actually. Oh, it's just called the 4-card spread, and past, present, future spread. So yeah, there's just stuff like that. But yeah. Alright, I think I'm going to end this stream though, just because, I don't know, I'm getting kind of bored. That, and I do have stuff that I do need to do today, so I'll see you guys later. Bye!